Good morning, everyone. This is Janelle Odishu. I'm the co-founder of a company called AnnounceMyMove, LLC, and we power the new social marketing communication program offered for illustrated properties and their related brands. And we're just getting ready this morning. We're going to kind of basically do a basic overview of AnnounceMyMove programs. There's 3 of them, actually: AnnounceMyNews, AnnounceMyListing, and AnnounceMyMove. Now, this webinar is being recorded, and each subsequent webinars coming up over the next few weeks will be recorded as well for each of you to view. And I know we still have some people who are still arriving, and so I'd like for you to locate on the GoToWebinar control panel the question and answer section. This is how we're going to have dialogue back and forth, so I can make sure that all your questions are answered. And then I'm going to make myself available. I'm going to give you my contact information at the end of this call, where you can pick up the phone and call me at any time. And I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions offline as well. I've got everyone in listen-only mode because we are recording this webinar. And so I want to make sure that your questions are answered, but I'm going to keep everyone in listen-only mode at the same time. And I'm going to stop periodically and see what questions you may have. Okay? A little bit of background on me. My husband and I started our company, AnnounceMyMove, LLC. We've developed this program over the past several years. I'm a real estate broker in Southern California, and I have been for about 16 years. And I was actually first introduced to illustrated properties through Regional MLS of Florida, where we are actually a partner of theirs and provide a service called AnnounceMyListing. With the illustrated properties brand and related companies, we've created a very special brokerage account that takes not just our AnnounceMyListing program, but 2 additional programs that we offer, AnnounceMyNews and AnnounceMyMove, and we bundle it together into a corporate platform with custom colors, custom branding, custom links, and some features that none of the agents in your area have access to except through your relationship and your license being with Illustrated Properties. So we're really excited to get started. I'm going to be working with you over the next several weeks to help get you oriented on the 3 programs. And then I will be attending I'll be coming out to your area the first week of November. I believe it's November 3rd and 4th. You'll want to set aside those dates, and I'm going to have some social marketing classes available for you, as well as tying it all together with our 3 platforms. And you probably received this, I know you did, from Chappie, our new social marketing program. And down at the bottom, you saw a flyer of the 3 programs that we're going to be launching. Today, we're going to talk about AnnounceMyNews, which is a simple click-and-go marketing tool to communicate information that your IPRE corporate team has created for you. This is the easiest one to implement. This is something everyone in the offices should be using because it's done for you, but it's going to be branded with your information over here on the right-hand side. And we're going to talk about all the different kinds of marketing pieces they're going to be putting together for you, and how you will access those and how that will work here in just a minute, okay? I'm going to scroll down one more time and show you that the other 2 programs are AnnounceMyListing. We're going to be doing webinars next week at the same time next week, okay? And Susan's having a little problem with audio, okay? Yes, Susan, you can run this webinar from Safari. That is correct. And then let me keep going on. The next one is AnnounceMyMove. So in 2 weeks, we're going to roll out the program called AnnounceMyNews and do AnnounceMyMove, and we'll do a training on that on October 20th. Okay, so over the next 3 weeks, please plan on joining us for one of those webinars, and you actually register right down below. Those are those live links where you can sign up to be a part of it. Now, they will each be recorded and be available for you, so if you can't attend on that particular day and time, you're welcome to view the recorded version, okay? So let's talk about AnnounceMyMove, the brokerage account. How do you get into your brokerage account? So you're going to have 3 platforms, and they're all going to be located in one area. To get started and to log into your account, you're simply going to go to www.AnnounceMyMove.com, and then you're going to put in a /IPRE. You see that right there at the top of my screen? AnnounceMyMove.com /IPRE. Now, the importance of this is that if you just come to AnnounceMyMove.com and you click the member login, it's not going to log you in properly. So you need to go to AnnounceMyMove.com /IPRE, and that will take you to a a little bit different site. You're going to see the Illustrated Properties logo. You're going to see a video of me introducing our launch, and a little information about the corporate marketing pieces, the Announce My Listing program, and the custom-designed Announce My Move program that you can create announcements from scratch. Now, we are a social marketing solution. We are designed to help you grow your business the right way through social media. When I refer to an announcement, I'm referring to a web-based announcement. It's actually a web page. We're not a website company, but we drive traffic to your website and for people to send you an email. Let me give you an example, just a quick example of what an announcement would look like. Okay? So the announcement components are essentially a banner at the top, pictures that are scrolling through, information is going to be displayed about you over here on this right-hand side, and then there's the whole body of the announcement is a text field, and it can extend down and down and down because we are a web-based announcement. It also gives us the ability to track the number of views. If someone visits your website, sends you an email from it, it's got the share functionality, so if you're communicating with contacts through Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, you can share this announcement that way. And we also have the ability to email out announcements because we know that not everyone on this call is engaging on social media, or you may just be getting started, or you may have a different strategy where email is your primary means of communication with your contacts. And so this Announce My Move program, Announce My Move, Announce My Listing, and Announce My News will all be compatible with both email and your social media site. And what's cool about this is that you're going to see in a few different models of the programs that we offer, we actually have a homeowner interface so that when you're creating a listing, we give you the ability to have that seller interact with our site, write a personal message, and share that listing announcement out with their friends and family through their social network. The idea of Announce My Move's brokerage account is to help you grow your business efficiently and effectively through social media, but then also to get you introduced to your buyers and your sellers, friends and family to help you build referrals. Okay? We want you to be top of mind amongst your contacts as well as your clients' sphere of influence. So everything we talk about within the 3 platforms that we're going to introduce over the next few weeks is going to be about those concepts, okay? And then what you're looking at in this interactive page gives you the ability to add hyperlinks, gives you the ability to add video or Google Maps, photo bucket images, lots of different cool things that you can't do with an e-flyer or a printed postcard, okay? So when we first get started using AnnounceMyMove, the brokerage account, I want you to log in going to AnnounceMyMove.com/IPRE. Then you know you're in the correct location. You're going to come to Member Login, to log into your account. And you'll notice now that you still says Illustrated Properties, but now we have a sub-server set up for Illustrated Properties. So we are pulling your images, your contact information, your listings, and everything going over into a sub-server so that we have custom-designed corporate templates, colors for you to choose from, okay? When you log in as a member, you want to make sure you see that Illustrated Properties logo here, and then you know you're in the correct location to log in, okay? That's really important, because otherwise we won't identify you if you just log in our regular member login. So if you're taking notes, your username is your Regional MLS of Florida ID. Okay, so when you log into your MLS system, what is that code that, I don't know how many digits, a code that might be 5 or 6, okay? And Janice is having a little problem. He doesn't see anything. And let's see, I don't see anything but the IPRE New Social Media Program, this box at the right. All right, am I having a delay? Is everyone seeing this member login button, member login page? Type me a little message back and give me some feedback. We'll see if I'm having, Pat says she's seeing it. Okay, so you may be experiencing, and I'm getting a lot of people saying yes, they see it. It may be your internet connection speed. So if you're having some issues with your internet connection, you may have seen some delay, and in which case you may need to just come back to the recorded version that keeps up with me. Sorry about that. So when you come in and you put your RMLSFL ID in here, your password is going to be your email address that you have on file with Regional MLS. And the actual password is going to be everything before the @ sign in in your email address. Let me give you an example. Let's pretend that Kimberly Haas, let's pretend that her email address is kimberly@IPRE.com. And that's the email address she has on file with Regional MLS of Florida. So Kimberly's password then in that scenario would be Kimberly. Everything before that @ sign. Okay, and there's some little instructions right here. Now you may be asking yourself, gosh, I'm not really sure I know my Regional MLS ID. I'm not sure which email address they have on file. Okay, if you're not sure, you have one of two options. You can either certainly contact Regional MLS and find out what that login is, that ID and what email address they have on file, or you can contact us at help@AnnounceMyMove.com, and we will locate that for you and make sure you've got the correct information to log in. Okay? Let me pause here for just 1 second and see what questions we have. Is that pretty clear, guys? Take me a little message back and give me some feedback. Okay, I'm getting some good feedback that we're all good. We're ready to move on. Okay. Susan said no. Susan, it wasn't clear to you? So you're going to type in whatever your username is, your RMLSFL ID, and then your password is everything before the @ sign in your email address with Regional MLS. Okay? If you do have questions on that, Susan, just contact us at help@AnnounceMyMove, and we'll make sure we provide you with the correct login information. Now, what's going to happen is that when it logs you in, it's going to bring you here. Okay? And it's going to say welcome, and this is a test account for Rob Odishu, my husband, the CEO of AnnounceMyMove LLC. So this is going to say you. Okay? Now, Lisa's asking me a question. She says, do you want us to actually do this? No, Lisa, I want you to watch my screen, and I want you to see how we navigate through this, and then I'm going to focus on our Announce My News program here in just a moment, okay? All right, so when you log in, I just want to kind of orient you to this basic page. First of all, there is some items here up in the green I want to point up to. There's a little information about this program, about the 3 platforms that we provide. There are some orientation videos, which will include the one that we're doing today. It will be located in this little section right here, either today or tomorrow. Give us some chance to render it, and then we'll put that into our orientation video library. And there's a Contact Us button. There's some tips and tools. I want to point out tip number 19. If you're taking notes, I would like for you to look at tip number 19. It's how do I tell my buyers and sellers about what this Announce My Listing program is all about. Okay? So look at tip number 19 when you have a moment. And then I do regular webinar training and social media training. So take a look at those 2 links. We will be offering Announce My Listing and Announce My Move orientation on a weekly basis. I have general users all over the country. The ones specifically for IPRE we will be conducting over the next 2 weeks. And so no one will be on that call except for the IPRE team. And so you're welcome to join on a regular basis, on a weekly basis on a webinar. If you just need a little refresher, I'll be available. And that's where you sign up. And someone asked me, tip number 19 is right underneath that link right there. If I click on Tips and Tools, you'll just scroll down, and tip number 19 will be located right there, that script for how do I tell my clients about the Announce My Move program. Okay? We go back into our home page. And then over here on the left-hand side, you're going to see a View Announcement, My Report, and Change Password. Let's talk about this. Now, we know when you first log in, you're logging in, and it's your email address or your password is everything before the @ sign. Well, we may want to change that, right, guys? We want that to be something that's more familiar to us, maybe something more secure. And so you can come in here and change your password to anything that you would like to remember, okay? So go ahead and change your password. Now, the thing you need to understand is that today, your contact information, your photo, and all of your phone numbers and address and everything is being pulled from Regional MLS of Florida's contact information on you, okay? Their profile information they have for you. We will be, now not everyone on this call may be members of Regional MLS. So we will be building in an additional link here up in the screen section that will say something like Edit My Profile. Okay? So we will display what information is coming over to us from regional MLS, and you will be able to modify that data right there. If you haven't gone into regional MLS in a long time and checked your profile, you may have a photo that's a little outdated, or you may have some contact information that needs to be revisited, okay, re-updated. In which case, today, you need to go over to regional MLS and check your contact information. Carol Bloom, one of their regional trainers, will be providing Lisa Kells an email with how to change your profile on regional MLS, okay? And Brooke has given me some feedback that she's having some audio issues. Anyone else experiencing that? Let me just do a little quick temperature check here. Okay, nobody else is having no audio issues. Okay, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of the feedback. All right, so today I want you to, if you have a moment, please go into regional MLS, see if you can locate where your profile information is, and please take a look and see if you have a current photo and current contact information. That's what's being pulled over to the banner we've created for you on the right-hand side. For those of you who are not in regional MLS, give us the next few days. We're programming a link here that will say update my profile information or edit my profile information. You'll be able to add your photo, add your contact information, and then we will be able to display that banner for you. And for those of you who prefer to use our site versus going into regional MLS, you'll be able to update your information directly on our site, and then we will no longer sync it with the MLS system. Okay? Now, Kathy had a question. She said, how is all this adapted to Teams with more than one name and number through the MLS profile? Kathy, that's a great question. Okay, so we're going to talk about how we're going to deal with Teams, and I'm going to get a little bit of direction from Kathy on this, so I may have to come back with the correct answer for you, Kathy. But we will make sure that if you do work in Teams, and if you do have team photos and team contact information, that you'll have access to a team account, okay? Today, we have every single individual set up with an account. The profile information is being pulled today through the MLS profile, okay? And then I'll be communicating with Chappie later today to find out how he'd like to do that with regards to Teams, okay? So, no problem, Kathy. We will get back with you, and that is specifically how Chappie wants to do that, okay? All right, so now that you've logged in, you've changed your password, you've gone through some of these links here at the very top, and you're ready to get started with our program. Remember, we have 3 platforms, okay? We've got AnnounceMyNews, AnnounceMyListing, and AnnounceMyMove. AnnounceMyNews is what we're going to focus on today. But you're going to access all 3 of those programs from your login screen here, okay? AnnounceMyNews is simply a program where your corporate marketing team can create a marketing announcement. And that marketing announcement may be a variety of different things. I happened to create this one. It was very hyper-local, upcoming events in Palm Beach. Now, not all of you guys are in Palm Beach. You might be in Naples, or you might be in other parts of the area. I created this using our corporate platform. Now, right now, you're going to see it says Illustrated Properties Corporate, okay? And what happens is they go into their program, and they have one person at the marketing team creating a marketing announcement. They're going to click a button, and we're going to duplicate this web announcement for every single agent within IPRE or their related brands. And what's going to happen is you're going to receive an email, okay? Your email is going to look like this: upcoming events in Palm Beach, okay? Now, when you get this, you're going to see that if you click on this to view it, it's actually going to have your brand on the right-hand side, not the corporate information. It's going to be all about you. It's going to look as though you created it, but it was all done for you. There's nothing that you needed to do other than share it. You're going to be able to share this in multiple ways. When you receive it via email, it's your personally branded version of that marketing announcement. You can come in there and forward that announcement via email and select all the recipients that you want to send it to, okay? And from there, that's just using your own contact management system. So if you're using Outlook or ACT or Top Producer or whatever contact management system you're using, you're going to forward out that banner hyperlink through your email system, okay? So that's one distribution method. Okay? The second distribution method is simply to view that announcement, seeing your information over here on the right-hand side, and you can come up here and use the share button. So if you are on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, you use these share buttons, click on the button, it will open up your Facebook account, log you in, and post this announcement onto your wall and onto the news feed of all of your friends. Okay? If you have a business page, okay, let's address this. There may be a few of you, I'm not sure how many of you guys are using business pages, but the share functionality is slightly different. I'm just going to walk you through it verbally, okay? For those of you who have business pages, this may be familiar to you. You log into your Facebook account, profile. You switch your identity to use Facebook as your business page, and then you come in here and use these share buttons. And then we'll post this as your business page onto your business page profile, okay? So it's a little bit different. Now, there was a couple questions that came up. Lisa said, I'm somewhat familiar with your site as it's free in my original MLS. Can I customize this with my personal logo and website? So Lisa, yes, I just answered that question. So with the Announce My News program, remember these are marketing announcements that have been created for you by your marketing team at IPRE. When you receive it, it will be personally branded with your contact information over here on the right-hand side. And you control all of this information through your regional MLS profile, or we'll be able to have an edit button on your brokerage account when you log in where you can edit your photo and your contact information. Okay? Now, Susan's question was, can we edit or add other events or announcements? Susan, the answer is yes. Okay? The Announce My News program is designed for the corporate marketing team to create announcements for you that you can share with your network. The Announce My Listing and Announce My Move are ones that you can create. Announce My Listings, being from the data feed that we're getting for each one of your listings, which many of you are already familiar with. And the Announce My Move program, Susan, which I know you're familiar with because you had an Announce My Move account, is where you can create these announcements from scratch with the appropriate marketing message that you want to get out. Okay? She said, yes, wonderful, with lots of exclamation points. Okay. So we're just talking about Announce My News today, okay? Scarlett wants to know, what will it look like when it shows up on Facebook? Well, what will happen, Scarlett, is we'll pull that first image. So in this case, it's going to be the eyeballs of the little kitty, right? It's going to be the banner at the top and the first little snippet of what's written right here, okay? That's what's going to be posted onto the wall and onto the newsfeed of all your friends. So it's going to be real important that with the first image that that we put here, we want to make sure that pops. So it draws people's attention to your posting. Okay? Now, Scarlett also asked, can we add our own email address under our contact info? Now it only shows phone numbers. Well, actually, what it does here, Susan, it says send me an email. So this link right here is where they're going to connect to your email address. Okay? So this Visit My Website is your website on Illustrated Properties, not the generic one. It's the one specifically for you. And Send Me an Email is your email address that you have with Regional MLS. Okay? And then you've got your phone numbers. Now, we are going to be upgrading. You're going to see over the next few weeks, you're going to see this banner upgrading a bit. We're going to be adding the functionality of an email button right here, so that when someone receives this, let's pretend somebody receives this on Facebook, and they're viewing your announcement, but they want to then email it to a friend. They'll be able to click the email button and share it that way. You'll also notice that there's going to be some additional optional icons right in here, which will be pulling from your profile. So if you have a Facebook, a LinkedIn, a Twitter, a YouTube channel, or a blog site, you'll be able to add those to your profile, and we will display some additional buttons in here for more ways for people to contact you. Okay? Now, Lisa asked the website, can I change to another website, my personal site? Lisa, I'm going to check with Chappie, but I'm going to guess that the answer is going to be yes, and that you'll be able to edit that in your Edit My Profile information. Okay? So you can point that Visit My Website to whatever is appropriate for you. Susan had another question. What if we want to use our other email addresses to show on this site as an additional way for clients to know the exact address, and can we put in their contact list? Let me make sure. I think that there were a couple components to that question, Susan. In the body of an announcement, this particular program, AnnounceMyMove, these announcements are created for you. So you will not be able to edit the content in these announcements. But when you create an announcement from scratch using the AnnounceMyMove program, which I'm going to orient you in 2 weeks, you will be able to add whatever you want here in the body of the announcement. So if you want to add some additional ways to contact you, your additional email addresses, you are welcome to do that within the context of this text field. The banner is more of a standard banner. We're pulling just the information that you see displayed here, which includes one link to send you an email. But if you do have other ways that you want to connect, you can use the body of the announcement to do so. Lisa said, so you said we can add events to listings and move, but can we add events to AnnounceMyNews like another Halloween event? Okay, so let me clarify that, Lisa. I think you're kind of liking this upcoming events in Palm Beach. Is that correct, Lisa? I created this one. It was very hyper-local. I'm not sure if this is one that the corporate team is going to necessarily be doing for you guys on a regular basis, but I wanted to just kind of show you kind of a very hyper-local, fun way to create an announcement for the holidays. Okay? She said, yes, I really like this one. So when you come into the AnnounceMyMove program, you will be able to create any announcement from scratch. So if you want to create a different version of this, upcoming events in Palm Beach, maybe you've got some things going on in your at your church or in your local community or neighborhood, you can create any announcement from scratch. Okay? That's using the AnnounceMyMove program. The AnnounceMyNews, which is what we're orienting today, are announcements that are created for you. Now, you're going to see a variety of different kinds of announcements being created for you. Let me give you some examples, okay? And we're just going to kind of talk through these. You may see in the future market updates. You might see mortgage news or foreclosure short sale newsletters. You might see charity events that you guys participate in. I know that that's a big part of your strategy in giving back to the community through charity. So we've got maybe some charity event announcements that will be created for you. There may be some local events and consumer news. You might even see a recruitment announcement. Like, for example, this might say, look who joined our team, and feature some of the top agents that joined your team this month. And so for those of you who are managers in your offices, you might receive a branded version of that with your information over here so that you can then forward that all out to all of the agents in the area you're recruiting. Okay? You might see that this is being used for new agents. So when a new agent joins your team, this might say, I joined the winning team. I joined the market leader, which is IPRE. And they may have their picture here and a little personal message to their contacts that they joined Illustrated Properties. Okay? You might also see some internal news communicated to you from Chappie, like when he did the new social marketing program. And this version was actually for Chappie, sending out a message to all of you. So there's going to be multiple ways in which the AnnounceMyNews platform is going to be used. The cool thing about this, guys, is that they're providing content for you. It's all created for you. There is nothing you need to do other than share it. It's going to look like you created it, make you look like a techie even if you may not be. And this is a program that you can use whether you have a listing or not. The idea here is that it keeps you top of mind with all of your past clients, prospects, family, friends, through email as well as any social media site that you may be using. Okay? Now, Jason had a quick question. He said, I do not have a photo on file with Regional MLS, but do I understand that I can upload my photo through the AnnounceMyMove.com website? Jason, the answer is yes. It's both. You can either go into Regional MLS, which is where we're pulling the data today, and update your profile and add your photo. In the next few days, we're going to be adding a link right here that will say edit my profile information. In which case, Jason, you'll be able to go directly into that edit my profile and add your contact information and your photo. There are some agents within IPRE that are not affiliated with Regional MLS. in particular the Naples office on the other side of the coast, right? The other coast. So we will be adding up in this feature so that they can add their contact information, even though they're not a regional MLS member, okay? So Jason, hang tight. You can either go in today and go add your photo on file with regional MLS, which is probably a good idea anyways, or you can wait just a few days and we will have that link for you, okay? What other questions do you guys have for me? This is all that I have for you today. We're going to do this in phases. We want to make sure that you've got the basics down for each platform. And by the way, this is free. All of this is Susan. Susan just asked, how do we pay for this service? Susan, this is all a free service now offered through Illustrated Properties. They have paid for it. She said, yay! This is a brokerage account that has been custom designed just for your team. Scarlett asked, will we be able to find the corporate news on our account online or just through email? Scarlett, thank you so much. There was one additional thing I wanted to make sure I mentioned to you. So when you first receive your corporate announcement, you're going to receive it via email. But let's pretend you deleted that by accident, okay? You can log into your account through AnnounceMyMove's brokerage account. You come in here to View Announcements, and you will see that there will be a link here that says View Corporate Announcements. So hang tight. My internet connection's a little slow now. There we go. View Announcements. Any announcements that you've created using Announce My Listing or announcements you've created from scratch using the AnnounceMyMove will be located in this area. And then this will be View Your Corporate Marketing Campaign. When you click on that button, every single corporate marketing announcement that's been created for you will be located here. So you can view it and use the share button to share it on your social media site. Or you can click resend and we will re-email it over to you so that you can forward it out through your email system. Okay? These will be announcements that are published, ones that you've sent off. And then ones that you haven't necessarily sent off yet will be in the unpublished section. Okay? Now, Susan said, I joined late. Tell us again, how do we go to get into your brokerage account? I'm going to review that one last time here, and then it's going to be recorded for you, and you can view that in the IPRE orientation video. So I'm going to go over that one more time, Susan, okay? And yes, this is available for you to use today. Lisa just asked that question. All right. And Susan had another question. What about using Announce for our primary data contacts instead of Constant Contact, etc.? Susan, this may take the place of your Constant Contact. You're going to have to see which program works best for you. You'll maybe use Constant Contact for something very specific and use us for something very different, okay? So we can talk about that offline with some strategies of how that Constant Contact is working for you, okay? And David, your question is, so we can distribute through Announce My News. It doesn't have to be forwarded through Outlook. David, your question specifically is, do we act as an email client? You are not going to upload email addresses onto our site for us to forward out those announcements to your email contacts. You are going to forward your announcement via email through whatever email system you use. So when we forward you that banner and hyperlink, you're then going to use your Outlook, your Top Producer, your ACT, your Gmail, whatever you use, where all your contact lists are located, to send that to your contacts. Okay? You're not going to upload an email list to our site. Another quick question that came in, does this work if I use a Mac? Yes, Susan, it does work if you use a Mac. All right? And then Lisa said, when will we know about the edit button and its options? I plan to customize this for my personal website and logo. Okay? Lisa, I'm not sure that your logo will be an option for you to modify. I will check with Chappie. There may be under the Edit My Profile information. Look back in the next maybe the next 72 hours or so, Lisa, the next few days, and you'll see a button here that says Edit My Profile. We need to check with Chappie and find out if he's going to allow any custom logos, okay? So we'll get back to you on that. Either that feature will be available to you or it will be locked. I'm not sure which they'll decide, okay? All right, so let's go review one last time for those of you who are just joining us. This webinar is recorded. And so the way that you're going to log into your account is you're going to simply go into, I'll demonstrate one more time. Oops, sorry about that. You're going to go to AnnounceMyMove.com/IPRE. Very important. Okay? IPRE. And then you're going to see that you're coming to a page specifically designed for illustrated properties. From here, you're going to click on Member Login. And that Member Login button is now taking you to a sub-server, essentially, that we've created specifically for illustrated properties. And you can see that at the very top at the URL. And your username is your Regional MLS of Florida ID. And your password is the email address that you have on file with Regional MLS. Everything before the @ sign, and everything's in lowercase letters. So we give you some little instructions right here, okay? If you are confused as to what your Regional MLS Florida ID is or what email address they have on file for you, you can do one of two things. Either check with them, or you can email help@AnnounceMyMove.com, and we'll look it up, okay? And that's going to log you in to your account. You're going to notice that there is a reports button on that left-hand side, and we'll be tracking how many times each announcement is viewed if someone visits your website or sends you an email from it. We will also have an accumulative report for your corporate team. So they'll see every announcement you've created, the impact that it's having on your marketing. They'll see the corporate announcements they've created for you, and whether or not you've forwarded them out. It'll be obvious based on the number of views that you've had. Okay? So I wanted to let you know about that. Now we've had a few other questions. Susan said, will newsletters be sent to our clients as a link? Susan, when you send out the announcement via email, it's being sent out as an image and a hyperlink to the announcement. There on the announcement's a web page. Okay? So when they click on the link, it opens up the full page. It's got your brand on the right-hand side. It's got all the moving pieces, moving pictures, live links, videos, etc. That's how we track views. We limit how much HTML goes through email on purpose. We found that when we limit the amount of HTML in the image, it flies into the radar of people's security systems a little bit better and gets in those inboxes a little bit more efficiently without all those issues with pop-up blockers. Okay? That's the reason why we do it this way. Now, David had a quick question, too. He said, well, we did talk about that. He says, do you provide reports so that we know the newsletters are being opened? Yes, David, we just talked about that. So when you go into your report section, you'll be able to see every single announcement you created, how many times that announcement's viewed, if someone visits your website or sent you an email from it. Okay? You'll also notice that in some of your corporate announcements, when they create that for you, there may be a little questionnaire for more information that's built into the body of the announcement. Okay? When your corporate team creates an announcement for you that has a little questionnaire in it for more information, we will be sending those leads directly to you. And a copy is going to be going to your corporate office. Okay? So in other words, when they create an AnnounceMyNews announcement, let's just say, for example, it's a market update or mortgage news or foreclosure short sale newsletter. When those have been created for you, you will very likely see that in the body of this announcement, fill out this questionnaire for more information. And then those leads will be sent directly to your email address. So be on the lookout for those. Don't delete emails from us. They're very likely leads. We will not be communicating directly with you except through your corporate team. And so you will not be getting any spam or junk from us. So when you do receive an email from us, it is very likely, 99%, it is a lead that you need to follow up on. Okay? Claire had a quick question. Will multiple email addresses be by blind copy, or do you need to do individually? Claire, when you send out, this is a good question, when you send out your announcement and you forward it using your contact management system, my recommendation to you is that you come in here and blind carbon copy all of your contacts, and perhaps in the to section put your email address. That way you're controlling the distribution through email. So if you want to send it out individually, you're welcome to do that, or you can send it out to a group or several email addresses at one time, but I do recommend that you, for privacy purposes, do them under a blind carbon copy. But again, you control the distribution through your email system. That makes sense, Claire? Write me a little message back. Susan says, do we have to pay a split on those referrals or leads? Susan, I'm not aware of that. You might want to check with Chappie, but I don't think so. This is all for you. This is to help you generate leads. This gives you the right way to use it through social media, okay? So why don't you talk about that with your team? I'm not sure how you do split commissions and all of that, Susan, okay? And Susan says, so awesome. All right. And Randall had a question. Just to confirm, AnnounceMyNews will be news announcements written by someone in Illustrated Properties Corporate. Randall, that is absolutely correct. They will be providing you with lots of different newsy announcements that you may want to share with your network. I just gave you an example of this one here that I created that were upcoming events in Palm Beach. But you will have lots of different marketing announcements that they're going to create for you, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to send out. We're hoping that they're all so good that you're going to want to send out every single one of them, okay? And Barbara Cohen just said, Chappie says no referral fees. Okay, so there's your answer, Susan. Okay? And David had another quick question. How soon are we able to get started using this? David, it's available for you today. You can start today. Your corporate team is putting together some marketing announcements using the AnnounceMyNews program, so be on the lookout for those. You can go in and log into your brokerage account the way I demonstrated. Next week, same day, same time next week, I'm going to teach you how to use the AnnounceMyListing program using your corporate account, okay? And the following week, I'm going to teach you how to use AnnounceMyMove. Now, I know some of you guys are Johnny on the spot, want to get started right away on AnnounceMyNews, start creating announcements yourself using the AnnounceMyMove program. If you are one of those, here is my contact information. You ready? Write this down. My name is Janelle, Janelle, and my last name is Odishoo, Odishoo. And I'm actually going to give you my signature line, okay? I want you to write this down, so if you want to contact me, this is how you can do it, okay? The cell phone number is located right here. There's my extension at my office. And you are welcome to email me at any time. Now, I'm going to be gone for the next couple of days here in Tucson at an event, but I want you to know I'm available to you. So if you do want to get started using the AnnounceMyMove program and need a little help, and you're kind of more of a do-it-yourselfer, and you're already kind of moving around and trying to create an announcement on your own, I'm here to help you. Okay, but we are going to have a formal orientation, one each week on each platform. Okay? And Susan says, how often will these newsletters be generated for us? Susan, I can't answer that. You may be getting more. You may get one a week. You might get a couple a week. You might get one a month. It kind of depends on what is current and fresh and new that the corporate team is creating for you, and that may be at various intervals. Okay, and there may be news that Chappie's wanting to communicate to you on a regular basis. I have got other brokerage accounts that use our AnnounceMyNews program almost every other day. So it just kind of depends on what is relevant and that they're wanting you to share with your contacts, or what may be relevant for them to connect with you, okay? And let's see, what else? There was other things. I know that we've been waiting for this for so long, so Susan's just communicating that Chappie's really excited that we're getting started on this. And Lisa says, can we still use our old account with MLS? Okay, so Lisa, you must be using AnnounceMyListing through Regional MLS. Now, that's still going to be there for you, okay? That's still available if you want to go ahead and continue to use that. However, the version that you're using through your corporate account for AnnounceMyListing, which we'll talk about next week, is an enhanced version of our AnnounceMyListing program. It's going to have custom color templates that we've created for you, custom links. So I think you're going to find that you're going to prefer using your corporate platform for your AnnounceMyListing. Okay, functionally, it works exactly the same way. The only difference is that you've got some new color templates. David had another question. I understand corporate is making templates available. Can we create our own? Yes, David, you can create your own, and that program is called AnnounceMyMove, which I'm going to orient to you in the next 2 weeks. Okay? And let's see, what other questions we have? We have one more. There's one more Susan, I think. Oh, there's more than one Susan. Yes, we have lots of Susans. Randall, I'm concerned that the news will target only North Palm Beach area. Randall, I can assure you your corporate team is not going to do things specifically to just North Palm Beach. They're very sensitive to that. And in fact, we had lots of conversations about how we've got offices all over. And so although you saw this particular announcement, the upcoming events in Palm Beach, that was because I created it, okay? And it was easy for me to do. But actually, you'll find that they will be creating announcements that will be appropriate for all of their agents to send out, okay? Now, Lisa says, I looked to see my account, and it pulled up a rental I have and viewed it as a client, and I see that it says, hi, everyone, we're moving, and says for sale on top. If you want me to email to answer that, it's okay. Lisa, don't worry about that. That is AnnounceMyListing. I'm going to orient you guys that on next week. And yes, you can go in, and if you already know the AnnounceMyListing program through Regional MLS, you've maybe been trained and used it before, you can go ahead and click the edit button and edit your announcement, okay? Or you can pick up the phone too, Lisa, and give me a call, and I'll be happy to walk you through it, okay? And yes, Lisa, you'll be able to change the rental. You'll be able to change a lot of different information on that. It can say just listed, for sale, for rent, for lease. And I'll be able to answer those questions offline for you. All right, so Janice says, when we send news to our email clients, did you say that IPRE gets a copy of that? And will the copy include our clients' email addresses? No, let me be more clear. Janice, when you send out an AnnounceMyNews announcement via email to your email contact list, if in the body of this announcement there may be we have a special feature that says, for more information, fill out this little form, okay? Contact us for more information form. If the announcement that they created for you has that form in it, then we, as AnnounceMyMove, will send you, Janice, an email saying that you've got a lead. Somebody wants more information. Here's the information. Here's their contact information they filled out on this form. Okay, that'll be sent directly to you. A copy of that will be sent to IPRE as well. We just don't want you to miss any leads. That's the only reason. Okay, so no, IPRE is not going to have access to your contact database, your agent's email, your client's email addresses, or anything of that nature. Okay. And Susan Shep says, do you do this for our MLS too? Susan, our relationship with Regional MLS is simply this. We have AnnounceMyListing, social media solution for listings that we've had enabled there for the past 3 years. We're going on our 4th year. And so all the agents in your area have had access to AnnounceMyListing for all this time. But they don't have any custom color templates. There's no custom links. For example, these custom links down here were developed specifically for IPRE. So although agents may be using listing announcements through Regional MLS, this is a significantly enhanced version through Illustrated Properties. And now you guys have access to the AnnounceMyMove program at no additional cost. And you've got the AnnounceMyNews program, which is unique for Illustrated Properties. Okay? Great questions, you guys. Thank you so much. I will hang on and see if there's any other questions. That's all that I have for you with regards to the AnnounceMyNews program. I hope that you will plan on being with us on the upcoming webinars that I have coming up. Okay, so when you've got this little marketing announcement from Chappie, scroll on down and make sure that you have registered for the one next week on AnnounceMyListing and the following week on AnnounceMyMove, and I will demonstrate how each of those platforms work. Okay, and then mark your calendars. I'm going to be there November 3rd and 4th live in your location there at the corporate office, and I will be doing social media training, and I'll be incorporating some workshops on all 3 platforms, okay? Now, this webinar has been recorded, so you'll be able to find it here in the next 24, 48 hours. It'll be located under that link on your IPRE orientation video, okay? There was a quick question Anita had. Will we be able to create our own QR code for our own individual page? Anita, I'm not sure. That might be an enhancement that we'll add. Today we don't have that functionality, but I think that's probably something that we could consider adding for you. Okay? So hang tight on that. I'll look into it. And Marguerite said, thank you very much. This is great. I'm getting lots of great feedback. I know you guys are excited. Okay? And yes, Janice, you'll be able to review the whole thing right there under the IPRE orientation video. Each one will be there located for you for each of the webinars we're going to do over the next week. All right, you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining us. And I will be on again this afternoon at the next webinar, okay? Bye-bye.